Hi guys, we're here with a pick a card reading. We're going to be taking a look at your sort of person naked. Okay, what do we mean by that? Well, not actually guys, oh my god, but well, hey, it depends on what, naked means to you. We're going to sort of strip down the conversation around what they want to tell you and see, what are they really wanting to get off their chest, even, like, what, because sometimes we want to say something, but there's so much happening around that space, and of course we will be pulling on what, your spirit guides will be. What's going on with the cards, guys? With, this is a new deck I just made. Okay, it's a little, like, conversations deck. We had a similar, they were in the charms bucket, but this one is a little more, like, extensive with actual, like, statements. They're a little bigger this time. So, but yeah, anyways, let's take a look, obviously, at what they want to tell you from their higher self perspective. And, because sometimes somebody will act a certain way and, maybe that's not how they feel. So, let's get the cards and see here what is what. Okay, so we're going to have here 3 stacks, so feel free to choose your stack. And what I want to do is actually pull on from the crown chakra to the root chakra. How do they actually feel about you? How do they, and this is from your guides to their guides and vice versa, what their guides are willing to work with on you and vice versa in terms of communication at this point. Because sometimes, maybe in the soul contract, it is not meant, to be known, okay, in that way. Cards already coming out. So we've already got stack 1, the crown chakra, the third eye, and the throat chakra. We have the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. Okay. Let's shuffle and get the second stack now. Ow. Okay. Crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. Third stack, we have crown chakra, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, sacral chakra, and the root chakra. Let's clear it around. I'm going to put one more for that root chakra. Okay. Let's get into it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have here the 3 stacks to give further insights. We will pull letters at the end. I first want to get into the energies. So let's set these to the side and we're going to jump into it. Already feeling some energies here and messages coming through. Let's see here. Okay, the first stack, let's clear the energy on ground. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you chose this stack, and okay, so what do they want to really communicate to you? First of all, I mean, we have, and we will clarify with the Rider-Waite deck, but we have happy. Quite literally, we have happy in the soul, in the crown chakra. This is a very overall positive energy right off the bat. This tells me that there is a certain level of faith that they have in this connection. Yes, we have literally my twin came out, and that's interesting. Okay, and that came through actually in the solar plexus. So that's quite interesting. I feel like you guys have an understanding of one another let's clear it on the spiritual realm and dimension. In the third eye, we have let's feel it. Interesting. You guys might astral travel quite a bit, quite often. In the heart, it's the throat chakra. There is an overlap though with that there, it seems. We have fast. So you two might share a lot of similar ideas, mantras. Maybe you just simply communicate a lot. Or there's something that is quite like clear. I feel like this is a very clear energy in some way. It says here then, I'm stunned by you, coming through in the heart chakra. So this is possibly, obviously, a very strong and high vibrational connection. Let's clear the energy. Do you dare love me again, coming through in sacral. Wow. Imagine us together, coming through in the root chakra. I feel like you guys have a lot in common. You have a lot of experiences. Let's get some cards coming through here. Yeah, I feel like you may have already like met this person, been with this person. There are experiences in relation to this person that like can be very challenging, but I think that you move through them, like the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you feel that, and they feel that the relationship is sort of like a blessing, truly, and that it is guided by some higher force and being. It's like we always come back, no matter what. Like the connection always seems to resurface. We have the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like you guys have a lot of past lives together, like you're old souls. Like you have a history together, like you have some hefty past life energy with this person, and I think that it actually in some ways at times may be part of what connects you. Like you have an unspoken connection. It's kind of like you have this language that and they know. It's really personal to you guys. You have the Hierophant reverse, like in the past life possibly you had a very strong connection, and it's kind of like, how do we now create something sort of similar but different with that energy? So I think you guys are probably definitely twin flames, or there is a very strong connection. Yes. So that could be your confirmation. I do want to get the letter charms really quickly so that you can get just a few more details and signifiers for you. Runes. Okay, let's get some letters. O. And it by no means, like, I mean, this is a general video. It doesn't have to, like, spell out their name, for example, but I. Feel free to meditate and see. We have N/Z. U. Wow, we're pulling almost every vowel. H. T, and M/W. So that's quite exciting, you guys. Let's pull some runes now. Okay, right side up we have Thurisats. Sohilo. Cannot. Oh, you have a very, very strong connection with this person. Very strong. Divine. You have someone watching over your connection. Yes, there is no question about that. It's not random. Like, it's not this connection is not random. Like, it's not random that you met this person. This is just what I'm feeling. I am somewhat curious, though, to read on, like, the energy that they are projecting. Like, because this is almost very obvious. I almost get, like, that you are a twin flame sort of in union kind of vibe. Let's see here. Crown chakra, what they're projecting. I've lost myself over you. They may like kind of even tell you that you throw them off maybe a little bit, or that that they feel that this is kind of like an uncomfortable connection at times because it is so different than what they've experienced in the past, and it is strong, and that they're scared of this connection possibly at times. We have ha 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 coming through in the third eye, and where what they really feel is let's feel it. So maybe they make jokes when they want to be serious, for example, from time to time. It could be, and it doesn't have to, it's a general video again. I'm starting to think this may be love is what they project when it comes to the throat chakra, but what they feel is fast. Interesting. Like what they really want to communicate is fast. So it's like maybe they are letting it on to believe like that it's much more, they're realizing things more slowly than they actually are, if that makes sense. Let's get a card here for the heart chakra. LOL. Yeah, there's a lot of laughing. Like maybe they are more like low key with how they are talking about what they're feeling for you. Where they say, where they're really feeling I'm stunned by you, they have LOL. So okay, now we have here in the solar plexus where we have them feeling my twin. Oh, whoa. I feel like activation on the, I feel like activation on the right side of the crown chakra. Some kind of activation right there. Okay, whoa. You guys are definitely very strong connection. We have wow. Just wow. Like, I think they don't maybe know how to talk. They don't maybe know how to find the words to define that they feel something, what they feel with you. Like, maybe they really, truly, on some level, they feel like you are their twin flame, or you are like you are the one and only to them kind of vibe, but all they can just be like is like, wow. Like, we literally have that, like, wow, just wow. Okay, excuse me. I won't forget coming through in the solar plexus chakra where they say, do you dare to love me again? I think that they more come from the perspective of, like, this is what I'm doing. Like, they don't want to put any sort of expectation on you, or they don't want to make it seem like they're waiting on you to define things. That's what I'm getting. Let's get a card here for the root chakra. Take them both. I fantasize about you. If that is not your clue right there. I imagine you. Okay, so yeah, you got your answer, I think. Stack 1. I think that's more or less obvious. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. If you'd like to sort of extend this, then let me know. And we might jump into an extended at some point. Let's jump into that next stack and take a look at what we're dealing with here. Second stack. Again, thank you for stack for tuning in. Let's take these to the side. Feel free to view multiple stacks if you do. Definitely if you feel guided. I'm feeling some activation of the crown chakra here on the left side. Okay, stack 2. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We are here for you. Let's take a look. What are we working with in terms of what someone really wants to communicate versus what they actually do end up communicating? And of course, this is what, is open from spirit guides. Excuse me. Already a focus there on the throat chakra. Let's get into it. We do have scared in the throat chakra. Okay. In the crown chakra we have, I don't find the words to talk to you with. Okay. This is what they really want to say. I feel that there is something here from the past or something from even a past lifetime that causes them to kind of question or doubt what they do in this connection. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a focus on like the psychological mind. Maybe it is getting in the way of how they feel they're able to talk to you actually about this connection. We will get further cards on that. I do actually want to pull right there, a very quick Rider-Waite. The death card. Okay, so there's something here that might be really holding them back. It could be something definitely karmic. We have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like there's a focus here on even some kind of like either cultural, socio-cultural, or even political mantra. This person might be like heavily, the Magician reverse. It might be that they are not in a place to be able to really interact, like in a loving Emperor in reverse. Yeah, the Ten of Cups. They could be in the Ten of Cups in upright. They're a little bit not available. Like I'm seeing like actually, like in their energy space, possibly. And this is a general video. If you feel like it's not resonating, feel free to hit up another stack. There is though a message here of like someone is like kind of stuck in the mud kind of vibe. Like they're not available. I hear that again, like to be really like it's something about their actual energy levels. I do want to get one more card on that. Let's clear it. I'm sensitive. Maybe they haven't come to terms yet with the capacity that they do feel. But yeah, I mean, does that mean that you should hang on? Like, I think that that's maybe a separate conversation. But for some of you, it's like this person, in other words, maybe has like such a strong capacity and potential to have love and to hold a loving connection with another. But there's this like there's this vibe of feeling that it's almost impossible, which how can we really find true love, right, when we are in a space of doubt? Let's move forward. In the third eye, we have you find me every time. I think that they feel like maybe you're chasing them, but in the sense of saying like that they know that they need to sort of catch up. Maybe this person has certain things going on in their life that's making them sort of like lose touch with what they know is like the faith of love. Maybe you came into their life to kind of like show them very clearly like the way out of their own tragedies at times. Like maybe you were helpful to them in some way, and I feel like maybe they know that, but let's clear up. They're intimidated by that. I don't think they really understand, like, it's not, like, making pure sense to them. I think that's something maybe over time that they will, yeah, the moon. This person has a lot of Scorpio. 10 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, yeah. There's someone here who, they got a lot going on in their life, and I think that it's, like, this could be, like, the situation of, like, your spirit guides, like, pulled you out of this connection. Maybe you felt like you just popped right in, and then you just kind of did what you needed to do, and then you steps out. This is, kind of maybe the vibe at time, like, you didn't really feel like you needed to be there in the long term, not that you didn't have, like, some kind of interaction here that was quite meaningful to you, but, like, let's clear, or that you didn't feel love. I feel like, obviously, maybe we have the moon, the death card, like, this is obviously a past life energy as well. Very strong past life with the Emperor, the Magician, the death card, the moon. I mean, you got a history here with this person, but maybe the role wasn't for you to, like, stick around, if that makes sense. Like, they had to realize, if they did have feeling here, like, they had to maybe realize that, like, they need to step up to the plate with that. They have scared coming through in the throat chakra. Yeah. So I think like they have a lot that, I mean, it's impossible for someone. They have fears, you guys. It's impossible for somebody to like not actually have feeling. Let's clear it. To not actually feel something. Like scared is a more of a byproduct emotion, right? It's like they're not like inherently scared. Like we become scared through time by our experiences and our reactions to them. So they have created some kind of callous around what they actually feel. I feel like they may have a block to accessing the higher dimensions of what they know they could hold as an emotion, if that makes sense. We have here let go coming through in the heart chakra. Yeah, this is someone who's afraid. They're truly scared to love, to open up, and they may, they kind of may push you away, like they may put you in a position to like chase after them. You're scaring me coming through in the solar plexus. Yeah, they have a question here of domination. I'm hearing of control, self-control. They feel maybe that opening up to another means like losing one's own power. And so how can you have a relationship like that if it's going to be seen as that kind of like dynamic? We will get letters to further confirm. But yeah, let's actually do that right now. I feel some of you are like, I need to know, like, is that really him? Okay, or them, or however. Yeah, they may have something going on here where they see it as like, well, it's clear. They feel like they need to see like where shit's going. I hear that as well. Maybe they have a control issue. Okay, J-A or AJ, R. We have RJ, we have Jar. There's something going on with the past life, you guys. G, X. We also have Rag. So L popping out. They may have like a paranoia about something here. We have Rag. We have LA. We have Al. We have RL. We have Gal. So let's move forward. Then we have here in the sacral chakra, stop pushing me away. So they may exhibit like some sort of behavior that can be seen as like narcissistic. Like maybe and that's maybe what confuses you. It's like, wait, why 1 minute are they like kind of making me seem like they want to be with me, and then the next minute they're like, they're kind of pushing me away, but then I feel that they're coming back after that and being like, hey, why are you leaving? You know, there's something of that energy of like mixed messages even at times. Like, I see someone questioning like, why are they behaving like that? Like, I see that that's a question often. Now let's clear it. I feel it's really hard, like, to read this person. They don't want to lose, like, maybe the connection, but they don't realize what the connection means, so they're scared of defining it and addressing it as anything, so they leave it as sort of, like, open-ended even, I hear that. Like, they don't have anything that they let that lead to. I hear that as well. I hear role-playing. Maybe they're very into role-playing. Maybe it's more like, yeah, when it comes to like real life, it's scary to them. We also have XL. We have JX. We have LX. We have LAX. We have LAX. So, yeah, I mean, take it as you will. We have AX. And we literally have AX. So, we also have GR. So, okay. We also have Axel. We have AXL. Okay, let's move forward. So now we have here in the root chakra, we have, I don't love you, but I will walk towards you. They are keeping it maybe more friend zone with you. Like, they're keeping it more friendly. Like, they're not open to really exploring themselves in the relationship is what I'm feeling. So let's see. That's what they want to say. Let's see what they're projecting to you in the crown chakra. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. Maybe they're kind of even a little bit, they're very, like, dismissive. They're kind of maybe even rude from time to time, like, when it comes to, like, what you feel you want in your life versus, like, what they feel they can provide to you. Like, if they feel that, yeah, this is narcissistic energy, you guys, I have to be honest. Like, they're not, I mean, just given all of these major arcana cards and the fact that, with the cards themselves, the way they came out, but you take it as you will. Like, and that doesn't make them bad. It just, there's just maybe an energy that they're in right now. And so it's kind of like, though, I feel like they know, like, you are maybe, like, in a point in your life where you're asking for more. They know they cannot provide that, so they kind of put you down, or they kind of make it, like, let's clear it. Yeah, they put you, like, in an unknown sort of territory with them. Is this a real relationship is what they project in the third eye. Well, this is very telling, you guys. I mean, I'm hearing cereal box. Like, they kind of debate, like, what a relationship is with you. I think that you leave that conversation every time. Like, if you ever have a conversation with them about that, like, what are we? For example, like, if you were to ask that, like, they would kind of just be like, yeah, you would leave the conversation not knowing. I feel like a constriction of the heart chakra. In the, third eye, sorry, the throat chakra. Will we ever do that? I feel they deflect a lot. They will take a question you really want an answer to and, like, ask it back to you so that there's never an answer. I don't know. So that there's not, like, going to be a resolution kind of vibe. It says, I'm starting to love you. In the heart chakra, really? That's yeah, okay. Well, they're maybe kind of, like, they give you a glimmer of, like, well, I'm not ready to love, I mean, we have scared in the heart chakra, and what they're projecting is, I'm starting to love you. Like, so maybe they want to give off the impression of, like, well, I am kind of ready to love, but then it's like they're really maybe not as ready as they would like to be. In the solar plexus, we have I imagine us together is what they project. And they want to tell you let go. So they're trying maybe to, like, keep you hanging on in a space of, like, they know that they're trying to say, hey, I like you, but, like, I also have challenge. This is very challenging, you guys, this message, but Spirit wanted me on this reading. So if you guys feel like it's resonating, wonderful. Okay, but if it's triggering to you, maybe step back from the reading, meditate, or come back to it, or watch another stack. Dance around me coming through in the, that was in the solar plexus. Yeah. Wait. Crown, third eye, throat, heart chakra. Heart chakra is let go. That's what they want to tell you, but what they project is I imagine us together. So they don't want this to be lost, obviously. Okay, let's clear it. Otherwise, I mean, they would present how they would feel, if that makes sense. Okay, so you're scaring me coming through. Well, this is really telling us, like, because this is more what they would like to say via the solar plexus, which is also, well, in the heart chakra, which is also, you know, I mean, in the crown chakra, I see that really as like the most vulnerable sort of conversation that you have with this person, which is they're telling you, I'm sensitive. But anyways, to go back to it, yeah, and I don't find the words to talk to you. I mean, they have an upbringing where maybe they feel like they need to always be right or correct, or they don't ever want to be caught in a situation. They don't ever want to be wrong, you guys. Let's clear it. Yeah, but that's not your problem, right? We have to remember that. So you're scaring me coming through so I wanted to say that it's not necessarily that let go coming through in the in the heart chakra means that they want you to let go. I want to clarify that. So you're scaring me, so it could be as well read as like where they are projecting that they imagine you together. They also are sort of communicating to you on some level like that, like let go. So maybe they want to be in control as well. Like, I want you to let go, but I'm gonna be still holding on. Like, that's also like, okay, you have to make your decision. But yeah, I don't know. That sounds a little bit of an imbalance. We have you're scaring me coming through in the solar plexus is what they want to communicate and dance around me. Yeah. I think this individual like wants to feel that they are literally having their hand on the relationship remote, like control at all times. Like, if it's going too quickly for their liking, and if they're feeling uncomfortable, they want to like be able to control like how fast it goes, and then if it needs to stop and when it so this is about like someone not being in the power mindset when it comes to also reciprocity. Let's continue here. Stop pushing me away coming through. Dance around me, right, in the solar plexus. They like your attention. I mean, yeah, this is you guys have like obviously like maybe even like overlap, or I'm hearing followers of the same following. Maybe you're both. You guys have like, you give each other attention. Stop pushing me away coming through as what they want to say in the solar plexus, and what they are projecting is I'm scared. Ooh, interesting. They may come off for some of you as a womanizer, or they may objectify you, or women in general. They may come off as like a very strong like emperor in reverse, magician in reverse. Like, I don't need like women. I don't really need like a strong female. Like, they don't really show that respect. They think that that's going to be what pulls you in, ironically. That's what I'm getting with stop pushing me away in the sacral chakra. In the root chakra we have, I don't love you, but I'll walk towards you. And what do they project? How do we know this will last? They are always making you feel like you need to show up for the relationship in a very particular way. But to be honest, personally, I don't think that this is like, I don't know if Spirit is saying like step out of the relationship like at all costs, but just know that maybe these dynamics are at play and that they may not be fully like in the light with what they know. I want to pull some advice cards. Well, you really have to follow your intuition. But I feel like, look, I mean, given these energies, if that does resonate, it should definitely resonate. Like, if that's your story, like, I think you should have, this is confirmation more so, but, it's more like, well, then what do you want to do, right? Like, if someone, for example, doesn't know how to drive, but like they're still trying to drive, and like you kind of see that they're having trouble with that, but like you're not trying to get involved. I hear that as well, necessarily hands-on and like take the wheel over, but you realize that like you need to get places. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to eventually like take control of the situation and you just start driving yourself and like setting the example? I hear that as well for how you'd like the relationship to go. Like, I feel like this person has a little bit of like a training wheels syndrome when it comes to the relationship. I'm going to be quite honest. Yeah, they're stuck in training wheels, but like this is where they're afraid to call out what they know may be true. Let's clear the energy. Let's just get a few energies on where they're going, because I want to know from Spirit, like, what's their character archetype? Like, at times, you know, they may honestly feel like, by the way, I'm channeling here in addition to working with the cards. They may be afraid of happiness at times, and that will go way back in the, but I think then what may be helpful is like, if you were to step away, retract, and then they realize, oh shit, like, all right, okay, that's where that leads me. That's where that makes me feel unhappy. Then that will sort of possibly soul shock them. They have the Ten of Pentacles. They have some things to go through in their life. Maybe they need to realize like what real love means. Yeah, they might get to the point eventually where, yeah, I don't think this person is like such a bad person. Like, what does that mean? But in terms of compatibility, especially, I think that you obviously have a certain role that you play in their life that is quite unique, and they realize that. But like, I think that it just still has to be like that they are showing up with that, right? Like acting on that, and so. I want to just pull some quick string of cards here for where this could potentially lead. Like, what's the absolute so-called potential, like, of the connection? In the crown chakra, we have 2 coming out. We have, it's literally a tie between I'm frazzled and wait, it's not real. So I think Spirit is saying, like, it depends on the work they do. Yeah, because true alignment with the crown chakra is that everything is real. It's a matter of what we align with as our absolute vision and our purpose. Remember me coming through in the 3rd eye. I feel like they have the capacity. Okay, well, whatever it is, let's continue. In the throat chakra, we have it feels like home. We definitely see a softening up more so of the energy. In the, we said the crown, 3rd eye, throat, heart chakra, we have yelling inside, smiling back. And let's clear the energy and ground. We'll talk about it coming through in the solar plexus. Is this right? Yeah, solar plexus. In the sacral chakra, we have, I'm secretly obsessing about you. In the root chakra, we have a few coming out. 3. I'm lost. I'm freaking out. I'm feeling we could be together. So this person may want, yeah, there's a lot of, I don't think that this isn't, but I just keep getting it's not an absolute, like, no, that they don't have, like, some kind of, like, you guys have a soul contract, I feel, in some way, but you gotta always take as you will. That does not mean that you should not do anything, right? It's a matter of what you decide to do. So you at any moment can say, because this is a free will space, right? That we are here on Earth. You decide what experiences you'd like to have. So you decide where you'd like to go within this connection, because it's also like your experiences. Like, you could also meet, soulmates that you feel will sort of bring lessons to you in a very particular way. Let's clear the energy and ground. Yeah, it's like, so I feel like there's no hardcore answer with that. Hopefully that makes sense. I know sometimes it's like, but like, what does it mean? But I think it really comes down to Spirit saying, hey, like, you're the guide in a way. Like, are you going to, like, give this attention? Like, is this something that you want? You have to understand what your plan is with that. And I hear that. We have AWATs, algates. I feel like sometimes the separation in your connection might be quite helpful because it allows the growing pains to be felt. I hear that. If you're always, like, with one another, if you're always spending time with one another, especially physically, let's clear it. Yeah, I think that if you are separated from time to time, I don't think that that's necessarily, like, the so-called answer, but let's clear the energy. Backtrack and ground. Yeah, they are aware, but they need to see it without maybe you telling them that, if that makes sense. So I think that the separation is assistive. Let's move further. Into the 3rd stack we go. We have Lala coming through in the crown chakra, is what they like to tell you. In the 3rd eye, I don't want to bully you. In the heart chakra, they would like to say, in the throat chakra, bring me your talk. I think this person finds you very interesting, like, curious. I think that you are kind of, like, I'm hearing a good match. Like, maybe you kind of have certain things in common. You have a good time. There's a really strong friendship energy. I was getting that even just when we first pulled these cards. Bring me gifts coming through in the heart chakra. Wow, okay. And we're going to get to it. In the solar plexus, I am a partier. Interesting. In the, are we missing one? Crown, 3rd eye, heart. We keep skipping throat chakra. Here, crown, 3rd eye, throat, heart, solar plexus. I'm a partier, right? And then we have here sacral chakra. We pulled an extra. Oh, we pulled 2, right? In the sacral chakra, we pulled 2 on the root chakra. Are we a thing? In that sacral chakra. In the root chakra, you have a beautiful connection. And fine. Okay, I think at times you really question with this stock. You're like, is this person just like kind of just like having fun with their life and I'm just coming along for the ride? Like, I think at times you question like, to what extent does this person actually see me as someone? I'm hearing bastard. Okay, maybe you feel this person's kind of a player. I want to pull the energy they project to you in the crown chakra. My love, my life. I think this person, they resist getting into like serious conversations, and yes, I've forgiven coming through in the third eye. I think I'm going to be honest, from time to time, this person might come off as sort of like a little bit of like a fibber, or like maybe at times you feel like they don't take their conversation seriously or something like that. We have yin yang. Yin doesn't mean yang. Black doesn't mean white. Take it as you will. That's on the the throat chakra, where they would like to say, bring me your talk. Bring me your talk, yeah. So maybe they kind of come through with like, it's funny because I think that they actually are much more, they want to know a lot more about you than they present. I think maybe they project as like, oh, this is my mantra, and like, but they're actually really, they maybe don't want to admit that they feel like you kind of have some wisdom as well that you could share with them. Like, they may kind of like downplay it a little bit. Love makes me do weird things is what they project. In the heart chakra, where they say, bring me gifts. That's where what they want to say. They want to say, bring me gifts, but they say instead, love makes me do weird things. They're a little bit deflective, maybe, like they don't want to take the responsibility for what maybe this connection like brings up in them. Do you love me? Coming through as what they project. In the solar plexus, I feel that they are, and that's where they really want to say, I'm a partier. They possibly feel freaky. They feel freaked out. Which said they feel freaky. They feel freaked out. They feel freaked out about, I don't know why. Okay, but they feel freaked out, you guys, because they don't like, I think listen, they don't want to feel vulnerable. This is somebody maybe who surrounds themselves with lots of people. They don't like to feel that they're, hanging on one person kind of vibe. This sounds bad, but like, they just don't like to feel that they're hanging on you. I mean, just hearing that. They're maybe even at times like, I'm reading this actually interestingly as like what they really project and feel and what they fear, okay? Like, they really are kind of like wanting to know, like, are you into me? Like, they want that validation, but then they kind of want to be like, but I'm a partier. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not the only one that I, if you like, let's say it, like, let's clear the energy around. Sounds horrible, but if you don't like me, then okay, fine. I'm gonna like party. It's like, I don't know what they're scared that maybe of rejection. We have then coming through in the sacral chakra, I'm feeling it is what they project. And what they really want to say is, are we a thing? Root chakra, I'm crying is what they present. But what they really want to say is fine. There's a little bit of drama, I'm not going to lie, yeah. You have a beautiful connection as well, is what they want to say. So maybe they even like are quite jealous of you. Maybe would they observe like you, like they don't want you to move on. Like maybe when you do move on, it's like they see you like kind of with your friends. I hear that as well. And like, yeah, I get like a socialite energy a little bit. Like they really feel like you're kind of interesting, but like they don't want to say it's like more. I don't know. It's like they say like, wow, cool museum piece. But like, it's really a lot more than that, and they know that, but they don't take the time to really reflect. I feel that they have a lot of air in their chart. Let's pull some cards from the Rider-Waite. I feel they may have a lot of air in their chart, like air energy, like Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Five of Wands in reverse. We also have my time is ticking coming through in the root chakra is what they project to you, and wishing upon a shooting star. Queen of Cups. They might be quite, they're very afraid of like losing your affection. I hear that, or feeling like they wasted their time kind of vibe. They don't want to feel like they put this into you, this energy into you. And feel free to check out the other pick a card stock readings that I have on the channel if you feel guided, or if you feel like there's more insight here to be had, because we have a lot of different pick a card readings that we've done. So this is possibly like just part of the story, just FYI. Let's clear it. Yeah, the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups. There's a reading called, is this person operating in the shadow space? So you might want to check that reading out. But Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, Five of Wands, For some of you here, yeah, this person is very, like, they're very sensitive about who they sort of, how do I say, they don't want to open up to everybody, like, just, they are afraid of rejection, you guys, is what I'm hearing. So take it as you will. Let's get some runes. Let's clear it. They may be like a healer as well, or they study something. They study something. Oop. Whoa. We have Jera, Tyr, Dagas, Algit, Snauthies. This person may mature or be kind of erratic from time to time, like, and you might at times like see sides of them that make you feel like, oh, they have the potential to, like, definitely, like, be, oh, we didn't pull letters on that stock as well, we'll do that. This person has the potential to, like, you know, really kind of, it's almost like the weather changes frequently with this person. Let's get the so-called weather. Let's get the letters. Let's quit. But yeah, the so-called weather changes with this person quite often, like their behavior maybe changes. We have M/W, F, FM. They might be, actually, for some of you, like, a public figure. We have P. They may go, like, from, like, they may flip, you know, like, oh, like, it's okay, I'm worth more than that. Like, I don't want to, like, put myself on the line, like, you know, it's something like that, possibly. MF, we also have. And P, we have PB. They're kind of, maybe sometimes they come off as kind of childish, like, but they care a lot more, and they know that there's a lot more maybe to the connection at times. Q. I think they also find you very attractive, but they don't want to, like, give you too much attention like that, or, like, tell you that. N/Z. So, let's see further. I want to pull the capacities energy. So if, let's say, you know, because it's a little hit or miss here, I feel like if you were to kind of maintain the connection and stick with the connection, like, where would this possibly, like, mature to? Let's get a crown chakra energy card. I need to care for myself. They might be a little bit young or immature. Maybe they're a little flirty as well. We have here, let's do this in the, and again, you might want to check out another stock if you feel guided. Let's do this coming through in the third eye. They might become more open to, like, things such as the esoterica, but at first it's kind of like they have trouble, like, I'm hearing buying it. Like, they might be more skeptical. Again, they may have a lot of, like, logical energies even in their chart for some, but it can be the flip, you know, maybe this is more your energy or their energy. I'm cold, or it could be both even. Yeah, I'm cold coming through in the throat chakra. I'm so sorry, guys, the phone cut right there. We were saying, yeah, I feel like this person, we had I cared for you coming through in the heart chakra. Like, I think that they may realize, like, over time how much you really, really, like, meant to them. Like, they have some maturing, I think, to do, some growing to do. Solar plexus, you're scary to me. Like, they may kind of feel like you're out of their league. Like, to be quite honest, in the sacral chakra we have free yourself. I get, like, a tables have turned sort of energy here with this stack. Like, it might be that in the beginning, like, you were really like, wow, this person's, like, really, like, interesting and, like, different and, like, kind of like, yeah. And then you're kind of like, oh, maybe you decide to move on from them or something. And then it's like, actually, like, he doesn't really know what love is. I hear that. Maybe you just, yeah, you have a realization, you step away, and then they have a realization after that, like, maybe years down the line, or however it is, like, what, like, something like this. Like, they have find me coming through in the root chakra. I'm gonna pull one more on that. I'm ready. I think that they concentrate quite a bit on the physical, and I think that they realize, two more, they realize that you are not really like that. Like, I feel they are confused a little bit when it comes to, like, truly how to, like, love and embrace truly you and who you are and all of who you are. Like, you're a magnificent manifestor being, and they are possibly in a point in their life where they're not really understanding, like, what that even maybe means. Like, so they don't really know what I feel. For some of you, this is a stack where, like, maybe you walked away from this person, and then they, like, kind of over time, like, they may turn a little bit into, like, the hermit under the tree, trying to understand, like, who really was she actually? Was she like truly, maybe she was really like the love of my life? Like, but I see that like maybe when you meet them, they're more in like this party scene vibe. I'm hearing voyeur. I don't know. Maybe they are like watching you or stalking you. I'm not starting this, and love coming through. Yeah, I think that, so I need cards from Spirit on that, because I'm not going to leave you with that message right there like that. Okay, I want to know, like, what? Okay, Justice and the Three of Swords. So I think, like, you gotta kind of just drive the chariot here a little bit and say, okay, Sir Mix-a-Lot, I even hear that, like, you want to kind of have, like, me on your, like, to-do list. I hear that. I don't know what that's about, but like we do have the Knight of Cups coming through, the Queen of Wands, Justice. It's like some of you maybe realize someone's immature. They're too immature for you, like at this point at least. And so I think it's like truly going to come down to your realization maybe of that, and just like being just kind of like surrendering to that in a way, or just kind of like admitting to that and saying, okay, this person is like in this part in their life right now. They're at this part of their journey. And so, you know, I necessarily am not going to be the one to do something about that. Like, if they are going to realize something, they're going to realize it. I don't become suddenly more desirable to this person. I am me. So yeah, whether or not and when they choose to align with my potential, that's on them. Ten of Swords. So I feel like some of you literally drive with your chariot forward. Chariot with the Queen of Pentacles and the Two Wands. This is remind me of last night's pick a card reading. For some of you, like, actually maybe you want to focus more on like your business. Maybe, okay, this is a clue. If you've already spent, like, as you feel it, a lot of your time on this relationship trying to make this person kind of like realize your worth or something like that, or like you're trying to get like a very particular response from this person, a reaction from this person, at the detriment of your career or your business, that's a huge clue that this is possibly, I'm seeing the Tower here, this is possibly something that anyways was not going to be like the way that it would so-called happen. Like, yeah, for some of you, it can be that anyways, like your spirit guides wouldn't want it to happen like within that context, where you kind of are like the one who's pushing the relationship a little bit, in terms, not in terms of that you're pushy, but you know, you're just saying, hey, I see the potential, like, and you're sort of projecting that. And if it's that you have to do like so much to kind of get them to respond or react in any capacity with you, that kind of brings this like understanding that you're both on the same page and that you both are aware and ready for this experience, then like what Spirit's basically trying to say, like, it's not going to happen when you're both not able and willing to the same level and degree. It's not going to happen if it's imbalanced. This is just what I'm hearing, but you take it as you will. It doesn't have to be. It's clear. Let's get a few more cards. I think that they do have an embarrassed or, yeah, even a jealous energy, but that they're afraid of feeling. They don't want to feel things like jealousy. They don't want to feel these deeper emotions, okay? They're very, very much avoiding that. So I think, like, even if you guys like have a connection, right? Like, let's say you start your connection off and you have a very strong relationship with this person on some level, if it's still in avoidance mode with the deeper echelons of the connection and feeling the deeper emotions such as sadness, grief, you know, if they're not willing to tap into that, then it's like Spirit is kind of saying, like, maybe we should take a step back until they're open enough to experience those emotions. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be imbalanced and you're going to end up feeling like, wait, something's not true, something's not real about this situation, this person. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you for tuning in. Love and light. Let me know if this is a helpful video. I know maybe it's possibly a little bit, you know, triggering. Feel free to check out another stack, and we'll see you in the next videos. Bye, you guys. Love and light. See you.